Tonight, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's a special Halloween night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. On the game's first play, second down. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Shotgun now for Lance. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll run on first down. Mitchell, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Here's Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. No doubt they were hoping for 7 points out of this drive, CD. The good news, they could at least salvage 3 because that ball went bouncing out of bounds.
Yeah, how about the bounce that they got? They kept them in field goal range. You're exactly right. They get a chance to get 3 points out of it and not cost themselves.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flush to his right. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. 2nd and 4. Steps away to his left. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Larry Fitzgerald, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. They'll try and read up 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll run, and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes
touchdown! It's caught. Antonio Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. On first down, Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, Lance. And that throw behind his man. He missed
some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. So we've reached halftime. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. The 20.
Do what we do. Do what we do.
He will score. Touchdown, Eagles. The people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the 3rd quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down, it's Mitchell. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, hey, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second down now, it's Mitchell. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Lance now to throw. On the move to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move, 1st and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Showing off the quick feet that time and getting forward for a pickup of 3 yards. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. Chris. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 45 on second, pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's Scott. Wiggles free. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. We'll check on his status when we get back. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Now back to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Lance. Drops this underneath. It's Mitchell.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. He'll get this complete to Charlie Warner.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Lance looking to throw it.
Under pressure, they got him again. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Philadelphia,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
and they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next.